So good. I'm telling you, bro, I'm a motherfucking genius.
They gonna tell we recorded this day though.
Of course. They gonna be like, yo, they think they slick. They think they slick. They definitely did it today.
And did this dude just leave?
That's exactly what's gonna happen.
Yo,
man.
all right. Anyway, what's going on, everybody? How's it going? My name is
Sup?
Larry,
Lawrence.
Seb.
and this is that One Piece talk, where we talk One Piece.
What's up, y'all?
Yo, I am so happy. A lot of good things. First off, before we get into any of them, I do want to say hi to the chat. What's up, chat? How you doing, chat? Yo, who's in the chat?
Oh man, we got said back. I can't say this.
Yeah,
back
you're good,
chili,
bro. Hooked
but
on
chili?
Phonics did as well, bro.
Yeah.
Jason Novzel.
Yo, he graduated college for sure.
Empirical Purity. Jaheim. Ask Elm. Javian. Megutsu. Kevin
Javerse,
Salas. Yeah,
You
Javerse.
heard?
Gandhi Usopp. Willie White.
You got to know your competition.
Wow. I can't.
Yeah, everybody in the chat, what up, what up, what up? Oh, man.
You know,
Love
and
you
I'm
guys.
crazy.
How y'all living? No, I can't take that. But yeah,
What?
What?
in living color. How you living? What? How you?
Why
Live
can't
chat.
you say
How you
that?
living?
Damn,
my
yo.
Is biting?
It got mad awkward.
You're good,
It
bro.
got- It's like,
Oh man.
do what you want.
Stop it. What's
Yeah,
going on? What's going on,
man.
everybody? Thank you so much for being inside of the chat. I love seeing your names. We got Onion in the building. You feel me?
Onion.
Everybody, seriously, thank you for always showing up and showing us so much love. Whoever Unknown is, shout out to you too. It just feels really good to always have you guys in our corner. And again, like, we'd be something still without you, but we're better with you. You feel me?
You make me better.
Come on, man.
All right, Lawrence is clearly off today.
That
so-
song. You made me better. No, Neo. We had a Neo
pal.
way back.
You just blowing from stupid town?
Stupid is stupid does.
You good, bro?
Nope.
All right. For announcements, for the first time, we hit another milestone on YouTube, with our previous episode being the most liked and most watched episode on our channel.
What episode was that?
The last episode, bro.
Oh, right, nice.
Yeah. We can't thank you all enough for always tuning in, and for the new Nakama that have joined the crew, we want to say we glad you have joined. I know I said this last episode, but it wasn't available for some odd reason, but now it definitely is. You all can now become members and join our channel. There are 3 plans you can pick from. With those plans, you are given loyalty badges, and also custom emojis we've had made for the channel. So we want to say thank you to Empirical for being our first member of the channel. If you see his name, or his or her name, whichever one, did we?
I don't think we ever confirmed.
We never confirmed. They name. You will see that there's a loyalty badge next to Empirical Purity's name. So that's a loyalty badge on the channel, and there are other loyalty badges the longer you stay a member. So that's going to be pretty cool. I hope you guys see the rest of the loyalty badges we created. Every member will be helping us reach the ultimate goal of making the show longer. As I've said before, there are multiple ways to support us, but if it's easier for you to do so via YouTube, then go for it. Everything you need to know will be in the description of the video, this video. Last thing I want to say before we get into the show is don't forget to like the video because it garners more eyes onto us, and that's a form of support as well. Also, don't forget to comment, share, and hit that bell to be alerted for when we drop our episodes and clips from the episodes. Now, let's get into the chapter. Chapter 1042. Yeah, let's do this.
Why y'all whispering?
Because, hello, Shawty, let me tell you. Hello, mama. All right, cover story. We head over to Whole Cake Island to view Pudding pouting over her brother, Oven, carrying away the Vinsmoke brothers, Niji and Yonji. Oven is about to go through one of Brulee's mirrors, but before he does so, he's questioning why Pudding is seemingly upset. Where do you see this story going next chapter, Lawrence?
Because I know we all talked before about Puddin possibly, helping them to release them. Did she, while punching them in the face, slip them in their pocket where they could get free? Or is she legit just holding the grudge? Nah, you guys were mean to Sanji, so I just want to get my hits off.
Damn, this is big brain right now. Okay, I didn't even think of that.
Because that's what I was thought. Because I think we all thought, all right, we're getting them out because they bullied Sanji, but they're still Sanji's brothers. And if she, she's supposed to love and care about Sanji, maybe she would want to help because Sanji helped out his family. So Sanji wouldn't want them dead. So I'm thinking maybe she, tried helping them out in a way because I don't see Sanji if he finds out leaving them for dead. Okay. And I think she would know that from Sanji because she really cares about Sanji now. So I'm also betting on eventually. I do believe Judge and the rest of the things are going to act. I don't know what they're going to do or how they're going to do it, especially going the next arc. I'm trying to because do they go back to Whole Cake? I don't see that happening.
Well, they're going to Whole Cake Island now.
No, I'm talking about the Straw Hats because when Sanji finds out, I don't know if the Straw Hats story is going back to Whole Cake, but Sanji knows he's not going to want to leave his family. Even though he hates his father and probably hates his brothers too. But we saw him go back, he couldn't see them. His own righteousness moved him to act and save them. So I'm thinking, leaving them to die, I don't think he would do that either,
Okay.
So I'm curious to how it's going to develop or what's going to happen next. But I don't see his brothers dying is what I'm trying to say. Someone's going to save them. I don't know who. It could have been Pudding or something's going to happen. I don't see Dog Tooth doing it either. But, yeah.
Okay. What about you, Seb? What do you think, bro?
So when I saw it, when she punched them, I thought it was funny. I didn't think crazy deep into it. But when Oven looked at her, it had me think, because he's questioning it. I started thinking, is she helping them? Or is he just thinking, why is she that mad at them? That's kind of where I settled on. Oven's not a big brain kind of guy. He's like, why is she so mad? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They betrayed Big Mom or what? Why are you so upset with them if you don't have feelings for Sanji? Because what reason would you have to tee off on them? We backstabbed them. You know what I'm saying? I get that you'd be mad at them for that, but to go out of your way to hook off. I really just like seeing Brûlée though. She's one of my favorite Big Mom pirates, and she back.
Why?
What?
She what?
Yo, because she made me care about Katakuri's backstory.
You said she's what?
Big Mom pirate. She's one of my favorites.
She's back.
Yeah.
I thought you said she's bad. I was
no.
I was like,
come on.
what?
Sebastian does like those other women.
Nah, Brûlée was cool, and they're using. I also just like devil fruit utilization in other ways. Hers is one of them, where they're using a devil fruit to use another devil fruit to go to Whole Cake right now. They're using Mont Dior's book to use the mirror to go to Whole Cake. I think that's cool. Devil fruit utilization. I thought it was dope.
Imagine you lived in the past and you got this devil fruit and mirrors weren't created yet.
How? So, but devil fruit. I mean, you're getting into the chicken or egg here now. Devil fruits were man-made most likely based off the concepts that we get in with mirrors and books. So how could they exist pre-mirror?
Yeah, premarital.
Nothing.
I have.
Okay, I see what you're doing.
I have no idea what's gonna happen. It does make me believe that Puddin is in the running to get with Sanji in the future. I think this solidifies that for me even more, that she's gonna be that chick for him.
How many women is that now? We have Pudding,
Viola.
we have Viola, Nami.
Yo, Viola, he should get with Viola, bro.
That's top. And
Y'all know me.
In Logtown, that one cooking lady that he cooked.
Was that canon?
That was filler, bro.
Yeah, I don't know if that was canon.
All right.
Yeah, bro.
All right.
Y'all know me,
But
man.
his
I'm
top
all
three.
about Sanji and Nami at the end of the series. That's his dream.
That's not happening, bro.
That's the dream. All the Straw Hats' dreams come true.
She ain't.
Nami is his dream.
She don't got the ocean he trying to dive into.
Oh, man.
It's a good song. All right. To our shock, Drake is in hybrid form, and he stabbed the Cp0 agent right through his back. The Cp0 agent asked Drake as to why he did what he did. Drake responds with, "This is what my justice tells me to do." The CP0 agent, while being impaled, tells Drake that he is envious of him. The CP0 agent uses Soru and then she gunned Drake in the throat, ultimately taking him out. What are your thoughts on this exchange, Seb?
I loved it because one, I thought that little remark, that I am envious of you. It's like, especially knowing what I know at the end of the chapter, but like him knowing like, yo, even against my own will, I have to go up and deal with two Yonkos fighting each other essentially. And Drake's like, nah, I'm doing what I want to do, and that's to stop you. So like, I just love that little exchange. I also, you know, anytime somebody gets like stabbed in One Piece, I'll be like, oh snap, because like there was a time where that kind of stuff just didn't happen that often. Like you'd get moments rare here and there where people had like really heavy blood kind of stuff go down, but it would be like, oh, like there'd be shading or something. Yeah. He straight up just ran up on him and stabbed him right through the chest. He was like, oh snap, you know, and then he dealt with it. You know, like I thought it was cool. I mean, it was. I would rather Drake had done more.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. That was my only little knock, but he's hurt. Whatever. That she got to the throat though.
She got.
He said,
Drake got fingered, bro.
I love that. Okay. So come on. Also, this CP0 dude just I like the fit. Like I like his style, bro. I like how he gets down, bro.
Yeah,
I do.
What about you, Law?
To me, it's crazy because I know we always establish One Piece taking abilities, but how are you not dead? Like, if on all seriousness, like you just got stabbed.
Which one? Because one got stabbed in the throat, other one got stabbed through the chest.
But I'm talking about to stab him into the, because he just got finished fighting. I don't know how many wounds, the damage he took against Izo, right? But he just stabbed you to the back, and I'm pretty sure he was aiming to take him out. So he probably stabbed to the heart, you know?
Yeah.
But because like even too, you have enough strength to anyway. Like I don't know if it's teleportation or moving really really fast, but either way, get out of the situation and then stab a dude in the throat with your finger. Like pretty much like you're taking ability after that, because the way you got stabbed, that should be enough to kind of like take you out. You know?
Yeah. Not
like,
One Piece, bro.
And that's what I'm saying. One Piece taking abilities, right? But it's just crazy that you're able to like. Because I always say, when you're in this situation, kill the person that killed you. Like in this situation, he caught you off guard and he just killed you. Mm-hmm. Me, it's like, you make sure, since if you're going to die from this,
double tap, bro.
Yo, take that person out that just killed you. Don't let him walk away from killing you. And he's just like, oh yeah, boom, bat. You have enough strength to do this. So that made me impress me more on the CP0 strength. That you're able to get like stabbed through this right here, which most likely we've seen people get taken out through this, but and he's not like he's a crazy monster torso or body or tank like that, as in like
Kaido or Whitebeard.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, like he's a very normal looking person, height wise and everything else, and you're able to take that stab to the back right here to even fight on to like drop the person, or even I don't know if Drake's dead from this. I don't think so. He's a Zohan, but also where he stabbed him in the throat or like right here. Yeah. You know, that's a kill move. He aimed for like a kill shot, so that impressed me. Like. You know, like pretty much how to keep fighting after you just got stabbed from a wound that should kill you. Yeah. Like in all seriousness, that should kill you. You know, because like if you want to argue Ace guys, you know, for the chest.
We don't
I know, I know, but it's just.
Are we done? Are we done? Are we done?
You gotta treat them with kid gloves, man. You can't bring them in.
Listen, man, are we done? Are you finished?
I'm trying to think who else got punched.
All right, so you're done. So you're done. So I was excited to see that Drake ended up going to extreme measures to do so, but I was more impressed with the, CP0 agent soloing out of like being impaled. I was just like, okay, so he sordooed, then geppoed in the air, and then used Shigan right into Drake's throat. Yeah. And I was like, I'm not too upset with Drake. But I feel like sometimes I need a little bit more fight from my guy because he should definitely be like top 5 in Supernova's strength. Yeah. But we don't know right now, right? So it was, I think what's very underrated about One Piece is the Marines. Like, even though the Marines happen to be such a central focus and the WG happens to be a central focus of the show as the villains of every arc or every episode or every, we never get to see like these main examples except when a Kainu comes into the picture or like CP0 comes in or CP9 comes into the picture about these different justices, the different definitions of justice. You know what I'm saying? Like when you have your own justice and you have your own justice, but you're a part of the same fraction, and then you know don't see the same point of view with each other, that brings you at odds, and that creates sort of like this dysfunction in the world government itself. And it's like we don't see enough of that. Like we saw it with Akainu and Kobe in a way. We seen it, Doflamingo mentioned it a little bit, and then we seen it with Lucci, and there's different things about this justice definition. It really is who's the winner is who defines what justice is. Mm-hmm. And I love to see that interaction between these two, because it made me feel like, justice at hand again is playing a role, and they don't know who's right, even though they're on the same side. Mm-hmm. And I think that's one of the underrated aspects of the show, is that we need more of that. Because I always said the Marines could be super interesting if they had a show focused on them most of the time, or a little bit of the time. I think the show would elevate from a One Piece perspective.
Yeah.
All right, so this happens to be probably the most talked about topic from the chapter amongst the One Piece community. We go to the roof where Kaido and Luffy are fighting. Luffy is still using Hydra to attack Kaido, and Kaido's having a hard time defending himself. Kaido starts to have an inside conversation with himself about Luffy's ability. He says, is he bending the trajectory of his attacks? Given the nature of rubber, that's impossible. Tell me what you interpreted from Kaido's thoughts. And we'll go with Sebastian.
All right, so I'm still Team Luffy just has a rubber devil fruit. I will probably never not be Team Luffy just has a rubber devil fruit.
Yeah.
But this chapter with Kaido saying that, I mean, it was reminiscent of Doflamingo when Doflamingo saw Gear Force for the first time. And he was like, he shouldn't be able to do this with rubber. Like what he's doing right now is beyond the pale for what rubber is capable of, right? Which has always been weird to me because like Doflamingo had so many things that he could do with his devil fruit that are beyond the pale for what string should do, but whatever. So like, I don't think it's uncommon for people to see what he's saying right now. Like, he's technically just referencing the fact that he's changing the trajectory of his punches. And I don't think that that's too beyond the pale. Like, if he was doing even more with it, I would be like, okay, maybe we're on to something now. But this is something Luffy's done before. He's just adding more to it as far as power and, I don't want to say speed, but more pop once it's landing with Conqueror's coating. So I just think it's a common thing that New World opponents have said about, this is him and Doflamingo both basically said it. Mm-hmm. So like, that could just be me subconsciously trying the hardest to keep Luffy in the rubber box. But I don't think it's any Sun Wukong or Hanuman devil fruit that people are theorizing personally. But I've been wrong before. So we'll see.
A lot. Yo, Lawrence,
DK a lot.
What about you?
To me, I guess he's saying, given the nature of rubber, but rubber is like elasticity, right? You're able to stretch rubber to a very far degree, right? So what Luffy is he's kind of like this bending at a certain pivot point while still stretching it. To me, it's like, I don't see why is that outside of what rubber can do, I don't see that. But which I would like, I feel like Kaido is noticing the wrong thing to me. It was more as in, not that Kaido's wrong, but because what they established what Luffy was doing in Snake Man is that he's increasing the speed of how fast he's stretching, right? Mm-hmm. That's the difference with with Snake Man. To me, that's impressive here. I guess Kaido didn't bother Kaido the aspect because to me, just because you could fold rubber just about or make rubber into almost any shape. Yes, it will eventually go back, but it's like, for example, like in the name gum, mm-hmm. Gum and electricity, you're able to bend it and shape it to almost form anything, And the fact that Luffy's like blowing air to it, into his muscles and into his bones and stretching it, he's showing that he can do a lot with that rubber by just adding air to it, So increasing the speed you're accelerating your rubber, why wouldn't that also give you more what your capability of what you want to do with the rubber? So I guess people review, because like say, last Sebastian brought out, Kaido and Doflamingo, they're viewing rubber as very simple, right? But yes, each ability, you gotta have to be creative with your own ability, right? To create new stuff, like we see in Law. He got creative by adding to take away sound. So it's like each ability, we're seeing that as far as your creative mind goes, you could make it amazing, or you could kind of dull it to kid. You have an amazing ability, but your creativity is lacking, so you're doing simple stuff. But if you're imaginative with your ability, what you're able to do, you can make it great with it by expanding on what your own mind is able to do, like Luffy's doing. Luffy's making rubber great because of his creativity, what he's able to do with it. Increasing the speed of the rubber, blowing air into your bones and muscles, giving you more capabilities of what simple rubber could do. Because simply, it's simple. Rubber, you're not made to do much of it. But with your creativity, you can make it great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the kid slander, bro. Keep it coming, bro. Anytime you have a chance, keep spewing it out. I'm one of those people, again, I think it's rubber. I thought about it to myself, right? And I was like, all right, let's say he has another devil fruit. Does Luffy just start saying no more Gomu Gomu? Like he's done saying Gomu Gomu? Like, how would that feel towards the reader? Mm-hmm. Like, oh, now it's, what was the other devil fruit? You were saying that he might have had?
Oh, Sun Wukong or Hanuman?
Yeah, it's like Hanu no mi, like pistol. Like, I can't imagine even saying that. So for me, I think that he definitely has to have the rubber fruit. I don't think anything that he's doing is different from what rubber can actually do. And it's been shown, like Sebastian said, that Doflamingo can somehow break radio waves from entering into a string dome. And it's like, string shouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah.
Like, string could grasp clouds? Like, what are we talking about?
And explain it now.
Yeah, like, I think overall the abilities that Luffy has is totally within the scope of just he's a rubber man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He has rubber organs. He can stretch. Cool. He snaps back.
Yeah.
Like, that's all there. So I'm not going to say it's One Piece madness because I feel like I'd be disrespecting.
Back that, bro.
Yo, I don't think it's One Piece madness because there are insinuations that it could be Luffy. But I think when you start going off the rails of what rubber is and you start to think like, Oda's just going to change his protagonist that he's been dealing with for the past 20 plus years into something else, it kind of defeats Luffy's character for all those years. It like kills everything that Oda built up. I don't think it really establishes or adds to Luffy's interest. If anything, it just goes, hey, you got to get used to this new Luffy now because he's a newer Luffy. And I'm like, nah, like the only new Luffy I want is King of the Pirates Luffy, Yonko Luffy. Like that's the type of status that I want of change for him. I don't want him to change though, because then that makes me feel like, damn, like who else is going to change? Who else could change? Like,
Sanji's
is
gonna start
Jinbei
kicking women?
Yeah, like is Jinbei actually a shark whale or is he a tuna fish? Like, you're gonna just say he's a mythical tuna fish later? Like, I don't know, man, but I know it's a bad example. But what I'm trying to say is like, I don't think as a writer you're going to change your character at that point in time in the story if you built up so much and gotten your fans used to the Gomu Gomu.
Right.
Yeah, it's just not fair to the reader at that point. You're actually doing us a disservice in a way.
Yeah. No, I get because Luffy obviously didn't know anything about the ability when he ate it, right? Who told him it was going to know? It was Shanks. He's the one that raided the world government ship to take it. I feel like Shanks, did he just do it out of foreknowledge, knowing what that ability was? Because why did he raid that? Of all things, why would you raid a government ship? Because what would they hold that you had interest? So he must have knew about the ability. And he gave no credit to it being anything else but what we see here.
You know what else it could have been? He just saw a ship and wanted to raid it. And there happened to be a devil fruit on it.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be that deep. Like, these are my ops. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
like,
when
they could have attacked Shanks for all we know. Like, you're a pirate who's probably worth $500 million at the time.
That's where One Piece madness starts to come through. So. And I would say this too, like, Luffy met Blackbeard. As we know, Blackbeard studied the Devil Fruit book. So why wouldn't he say, oh, you got that mythological Zoan fruit, the Sun Wukong? Like, I can't believe it. Like, I'm going to take that. But he didn't do that.
I mean, there's more to that, too. If the red herring isn't true and it is actually Luffy, right? The world government themselves, who are probably the creators of that book, their higher-ups were unknowledge. They didn't have the full knowledge of what the fruit was.
Hold on. Even though, too,
if
it's like, wouldn't we have seen, like, little hints throughout the story
We may have. You would have to go back and read over 1,000 chapters to try to find them.
Yeah.
And it's like, it just fits better if he's just the go no me.
Yeah.
Like he's the one that bounces back from anything like that.
Yeah.
Like Lawrence said this when I first started reading One Piece. Every person's devil fruit matches their characteristic trait. Like it's just Buggy's fruit is trash because he's a clown. Like you know what I'm saying? Like Luffy bounces back. Doflamingo's is because he's a manipulative puppet map. You know what I mean? Everyone's does that. So like if you change Luffy's, it's like, yo, is he bouncing back or is he just some destined? You know what I mean? Like you're changing who he is, like you were saying earlier. So Gomu Gomu all day, every day.
All right. Kaido takes an interesting turn of emotions as he's getting punched by Luffy and he becomes a drunken flirt/beggar. Luffy's surprised he's still drunk. Then Kaido says to Luffy, "Don't assume you're the only one who could see the future." Kaido turns into his dragon form and instantly takes advantage of Luffy and overpowers him, sending him through Onigashima with dragon breath. They continue to express the meaning of what it means to be strong, and Luffy lands over Kangun on Kaido, sending him flying back, but Kaido transforms into his hybrid form and uses a new move called Thunder Bellow Bagua. Kaido knocks Luffy out for a second, and almost all the air for Gear 4 comes out. So Luffy wakes back up and covers his mouth. How did you feel about this back and forth between Luffy and Kaido, Lawrence?
One, it was Kaido had me dying. I can't like, and it's funny because like from the moment we seen Kaido, I didn't realize it because I had to go back, realizing that he has these different phases when he's drunk, right? Like I was going back when he first took out the Kids Alliance, right? We first see him. Besides from that, like after he's crying, and I was showing Sebastian, he's crying like crazy because Joker was defeated by Luffy. Then soon after that, they said, well, he starts talking about like we can't underestimate Luffy. Then out of nowhere, he went from crying to like he just snapped and like sends his own crewmate flying like he's probably dead, right? And he's like and it says right here, weeping drunk. Then goes to angry drunk, and he's in this crazy rage. Then he starts like getting serious. So now we see here, like earlier we saw him pretty much crying drunk, and then I wasn't expecting the flirty drunk, like stop it, you. I was like, what? So he's like one of those drunk people you could, like very unexpected. You don't know where he's gonna go with it.
Yeah.
Right. But like to me, like I saw before, he just kind of is eating through Snake Man's punches. Right. Even he's using the Conqueror's on it, but this is Kaido. Right. But then he says, "Oh, I hope you don't think you're the only one that has future sight." So showing that Kaido has future sight because Luffy's in the midst of using his fastest gear mode, Snake Man, and future sight, and he speed blitzes Luffy. Like while he's getting hit with it, just goes through all that and then rocks Luffy. That impressed me because we are thinking he doesn't have it because he's this much of a monster. He's just a mistake. He probably didn't develop it. He goes, "No, I have that too." So and then I also thinking unless he didn't have it, he just developed it, and it made me think, is Kaido a genius? Too, like a fighting genius too. Like not only is he a freak in nature, I'm also a fighting genius. So that's a crazy combination to mess with. You're a freak in nature like that, but also you learn that quickly. So that it made me just put Kaido's like level up even higher because he's that much of a monster. Like you have future sight too. And then he like eats Luffy, then sends him flying. I'm like, I thought we're finally gonna get where Luffy gets knocked all the way down, where everyone sees Luffy lose for like a second. Mm-hmm. So I thought this Blast Rush was gonna do it, but then Luffy like toughed it out and then went Bound Man and then bounced back up to fight Kaido, right? And then that the Bell thing, I'm thinking, what made it stronger than the other thing? Because I think it like almost like a repeat of what we had before, where Luffy first got knocked out.
Well, the name was different.
Yeah,
that's the only thing.
But I mean, like, what made this attack stronger? Unless he used two hands. Yeah,
he did.
He used two hands. The first one he used one hand. This time he used two hands.
Yeah.
So it almost knocking Luffy out. It's like showing how much Luffy is weakening throughout the fight, while Kaido's kind of just staying where he's at.
Yeah.
You know. So like Luffy weakening throughout this fight is proof because like as of what I've been saying before, he's not on his level, and to like fight Kaido for a day is ridiculous. Yeah. For Luffy to do. Mm-hmm. Because Kaido's showing that he could fight for days. Luffy hasn't even approached. I mean, for maybe majority of most of the day, but he hasn't reached a full day yet. But he can't maintain that level of power, strength, veracity, whatever, to keep fighting Kaido for this long. Who's someone who's a monster that he is. So, but Luffy's doing his thing, but it's not enough for what I expected because Kaido's just too much. It's too early for Luffy to be fighting Kaido the way he is.
I'm so glad you said that. What about you, Seb?
So I absolutely loved every part of this exchange between them, from the kissy face. That was so fun. I didn't expect it.
In the
You know
slightest.
what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
was like, yo, what? Like, why? Luffy was teeing off. Like, he was landing consistently on Kaido. It just wasn't phasing him, like, for real. Like, he was like, oh, this is fast. And then for Kaido to just, oh, you using future sight? Listen, calm down, boy. Calm down, son. I can do that too. And even that little scene where he's like moving his body, how you gonna make your comment about what rubber can do? And then you doing this? I was like, what are we talking about? But I thought it was great when he ate Luffy and then shot him out with a blast breath. Like, bruh, Luffy's face, he's like, yo, holy crap. Like, I'm getting overwhelmed. Even though I'm hitting him and landing so consistently, he's doing all this to me, and I can't overpower him. And then Luffy switching the gear forward, like from Bowman, like from Snake Man to Bowman real quick. I thought that was great. Because we said it last episode, like, Snake Man's not enough. Like, it's just not going to have enough power to put Kaido down.
Yeah.
So, like, I love seeing that. I love seeing how distraught Luffy is, realizing, like, this is really it. Like, I'm not strong enough to land this. The one knocks I have are just in translation. Supreme Kongon is such a better name than Over Kongon.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's true.
Roaring Thunder Bagua is better than Below.
Yeah.
So, but I even, Luffy about to gas out and put, like, every bit, I was like, y'all love it. Because you know me, I've been a huge Luffy's losing again. Like, I think we all have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, the fact that he clearly was, like, we'll get to the end of the chapter later, but, like, he was clearly not winning regardless.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I love that Oda made that obvious to us, or at least to me. Like, I assume you guys feel the same. He was getting overpowered. He just didn't have enough to fully put Kaido down, even if he was landing clean a lot. And then whatever happens at the end. But, like, Kaido winning. Like, he deserves to win. He's stronger than Luffy. Luffy's not strong enough to defeat Kaido.
Yeah.
So, like, love seeing it. And just the whole scene, the whole choreography of the fight was great. The different drunken modes. Kaido having future sight in the pocket. Just amazing. Do you want me to shout the futures, the super shout out?
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead.
For me, I loved everything about it. And it said exactly what I've been saying, is that Luffy's not there. He's just not there. He, like, I've said this plenty of times, right? Like, there needed to be another arc for him to, like, match up to Kaido at this point. Because realistically, like, Kaido's so overwhelming is that he, like, we've boxed before, right? And we fought people. So, like, it's like when you're fighting somebody and you're hitting them with everything you got and they're still coming at you. And now you're starting to get demoralized. When I saw Luffy in that one panel where his eyes are, like, shocked to see, like, Kaido instantly. It wasn't just immediately. It was instantly. As soon as he started using Future Sight, he took Luffy, threw him up in the air, and then shot him through the ground to the point where Luffy was like, yo, like, what was that? Like, I'm actually freaked out that, like, that happened so suddenly, and I couldn't do anything about it. Like, I was in the gear mode that I needed to be in order for me, because I thought it was the best option I have against you. And you're not even using Future Sight?
Like, he even went into his slowest mode to do it. That's what's even crazier.
Yeah, so I'm like, bro, what? And this is what I've been saying, is that Kaido has always been holding back. I know he's doing a lot. He's fought a lot of people, but those fights didn't do anything to him. The fact that Gamma Knife didn't do anything to him and he's still able to move at the speeds that he's moving at is incredible because of what it did to Dofi. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, yo, this is what I said about the Yonko. They're supposed to be unsurmountable. You're not supposed to defeat them within 2 years. Even though Luffy's going to do it this arc, Oda's proving to us why he's a Yonko. That there's probably like 2 more levels that Kaido could tap into before he really is like, yo, I'm at full strength.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Awakening coming, dog.
So it really says to me, okay, so what is Luffy gonna do? Because we're about to go into this next part where we're gonna talk a little bit more, but I'm just like, what is Luffy gonna do? Like, this dude is completely out of his league. Like, there's levels to Yonko.
Yeah.
He's top of the line Yonko. I'll tell you this too. I think this is the craziest fight that we've seen in a show so far amongst two top tiers. Because when we look at Akainu and we look at Whitebeard's fight, this is nothing in comparison. It's nothing. So I know Kaido was stronger than Whitebeard when Whitebeard was, obviously on his deathbed. And I think Luffy's stronger than that Whitebeard too. But I'm just saying at this point right now, Kaido might be the strongest in the show. Like straight up, like I can just call it right now. Like he probably is the strongest in the show. Unless we're going to start counting continuity into the story.
Yeah.
We can do that later. But right now, Kaido is that dog. Like, you're not bringing him down one-on-one. Like, if Kaido goes into this fight with Luffy, full energy, never fights anybody, never holds up an island, who can match up with that Kaido in the show right now? We don't know. That's alive? We don't know.
Damn, you questioning your boy Shanks?
Yeah, because Kaido... Because if we're splitting skies, and you're getting hit with attacks, and I'm nice with my Devil Fruit, and like I'm using my all, it's like, I don't, like even when he got cut by Zoro, like he was just not phased. He was just like, "Oh, you cut me." Like that's gonna leave a scar. Thanks, bro. It's just he's in a different league from Big Mom, in my opinion.
Oh my God, we did it!
He's in a different league.
We did it!
He's in a different league.
Oh my God!
Granted, though, remember Big Mom's age, though.
I know. Hold on.
No.
What I am gonna say though, before I end that and then go to the next one, Big Mom was written badly to me, and she should have went supremely harder than she went. But I do think even with that in my mind, Kaido still takes the dub over her extreme diff, and like. Yeah. That's it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But he's definitely the stronger of the two.
Maybe just high diff.
Yeah. Nah. All right. So Luffy gets back up and Kaido goes into bloodthirsty drunk mode. Luffy says he has one last move and if it doesn't work, he'll lose. Kaido yells at him, "Show me what you got, boy." But before Kaido and Luffy clash, the Cp0 agent shows up, uses Tekai, and takes Luffy's attention off Kaido. Kaido notices the agent as well, but can't stop his attack in enough time and completely destroys Luffy. Kaido recalls what happened with Odin being distracted and seems to go into shock over history repeating itself. How did you feel about the end of the chapter, Lawrence?
I'm not going to lie. I was shocked about the CB0 showing. Even though they said that he was going to try to do it, I didn't think he was going to show up like this. Right? Because this is I guess for his situation, like I'm not gonna kill, but this would be how you would do it. Instead of taking the kill from Kaido, you have Kaido do it, right? But by stopping Luffy. And one I will mention, I know Luffy said this because I do not believe, even though if you look at the first attack, right, how the effect that over Kongun had on Kaido, it looked like it affected Kaido. Like out of all the punches, this probably hurt him the most. Right? Seeing how it's the strongest punch to hit him with. But I do not, even with that attack, I do not believe if Kaido took a second one, that was ending Kaido, dropping him. No, I do not believe that even for a little bit.
We have to suspect that that's what Luffy was going to do again, but he might have did something crazier.
Yeah. He didn't get to finish the phrasing of what the attack was. He could have whipped something else
over. He could have did over Red Rock or something.
That's
like
how I was thinking,
yeah.
Adding Red Rock to it. You have to increase what you're going to do. But either way, I don't think that would.
I don't think it would have took him down either.
Yeah, no. He's going to need a Gatling at the very least.
Luffy is underestimating an opponent that's extremely stronger than him.
I don't think he's underestimating. I just think that's all he had left.
Yeah,
he was already about to gas from taking the last attack.
Yeah.
So whatever he whipped out in that moment was going to basically that was it. He said, "Yo, it's either this gets it done or don't."
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
But I liked it because it's showing how Luffy, right? Because this, in a way, I was thinking about how breaking people's wills, right? Not that it would break Luffy's will, but this could be an example where how people's wills could get broken by Kaido. It's not only is he torturing you when you lose and everything, but he's heavily showing you no matter what you do, what attack you whip out, strength, speed, throw a freaking moon at me, I'm not gonna die from that.
Pretty much. Kaido Thanos?
He a One Punch Man character.
Yeah, pretty much.
That really is.
And Luffy's kind
of body him.
But Luffy's experiencing this. It's because also too, I was looking about it when he did the whole flirting Kaido. Luffy's seeing are you still drunk? After all he's doing, he still hasn't knocked Kaido out of his drunkenness yet. You know?
Yeah.
So it's it's showing us how much of a monstrous going to what Big Mom said. Big Mom, one of the strongest people in the show, said she even agreed that there's no killing that thing. That means as her strength is, how monstrous she is, I cannot kill Kaido even if I wanted to.
She didn't say that.
She
said, "Yeah, I can."
She said no. She said there is no.
Hold on.
She said there is no killing that thing.
You getting a little disrespectful,
Yo.
and I'm gonna have to stop you.
She said, I mean, we go to translation,
Don't
but I
make me
remember
back
saying,
Big Mom, bro.
Yo,
Yeah,
I
bro.
remember
You
her
sounded
saying,
wild, bro.
I remember.
No,
Big
she
Mom
said
saying,
there's no killing that thing, that
Exactly.
creature.
Yeah.
But she didn't say I couldn't
She
kill
was
that creature.
referring to them, like
Yeah.
they wouldn't be able to do it.
I don't know,
but
man.
I ain't mad at your
Yo.
interpretation because it's right. She
Oh, my
wouldn't be
God.
able to
Yeah.
kill him.
I don't
Yeah,
think
y'all
he
sound
would.
so.
We
like,
gotta hurry up and get to
superfluous,
calls.
bro.
But,
All right,
like,
yeah, we gotta get to calls.
I'll say this: I had mixed feelings when I read the spoiler for this chapter regarding this. I loved how it played out.
Yeah.
Even with the Cp0 dude, because like I said before, it was obvious to me Luffy was losing no matter what.
Yeah.
So the fact that it happened is just more. It's a way to spark more drama for Luffy, for Kaido. It's a way to put CP0 into the mix. Kaido about to go ape. Oh my! Listen.
Yo.
Flashback coming. I hope anyway.
Yes.
I need it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need it. I loved it. And something Lawrence pointed out. I don't know if you said it just now or not. It had you feeling away for Kaido. Like, damn.
Yes.
As
that
terrible
look.
as he is,
That
as
look on his
grimy
face.
as he is as a person, I felt bad. Like,
Yeah.
dang, all I wanted to do was get this one dub. Like, I felt away. Like, I was happy, having fun, finally fighting. And somebody gonna do this again. 20 years later, same thing. And it wasn't necessary either time.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah.
Maybe more so for Odin. But it wasn't necessary here, and it happens, and he just ruined the moment. Luffy gets bodied. Just the panel itself is amazing. I'll
Yeah.
say that too. Like
The panel is
the
wonderful.
artwork. It's Kaido just fully
Yeah.
loved it. CP0 agent is body bag next chapter. He looked like he know it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Do you think Luffy would have landed first?
wouldn't have mattered.
I know it wouldn't have, but I think he would have. It looked like the way he went. He might have
Even
been
if he
first.
did, I don't think it would have mattered, bro.
Probably would have took more damage. Luke.
Yeah, he would have got countered, bro. It
It
would
would
have been.
have landed on his head.
It would have been a jolt.
It would have landed on his
It would've
head
been a
instead of
joke.
on his
Head
chest.
would have came off.
So, I think the ending was super dope. Like you guys said, it really depends. What did he have in his back pocket? Did Luffy have another attack that was over, and then he did Red Rock?
Yeah.
I doubt that would have did anything. It's gonna be interesting to see if the CP0 agent, while Kaido is in shocked mode, still tries to kill Luffy after he's been taken down. Because if he decides to do that, that's when I think Kaido's gonna go ape. And after the CP0 agent is, obviously taken down, I think Kaido might just sit there and wait for Luffy to recover.
Yeah, I thought
Or
so.
might give him some time. Or I think this would be the perfect time to go into flashback mode. And I think that would be well needed for the show to give Luffy that ample amount of time from seeing him fighting nonstop to okay, let's dive into another backstory, which is very needed.
Yeah.
And give us more context as to why Kaido is the biggest villain in the show right now. Like, why was he so hyped up since Thriller Bark? And we need that.
Right.
Because at this point he's been Jiren with a little bit of more, chemistry to him because of his drunkenness.
Yeah.
So I can't wait for that to happen. But other than that, let's read the super chat that we had.
We got a super chat. Sorry for making you wait so long, but we got a super chat from Truth. And I want to say this is a $5 super chat. I want to say Truth's whole stick here is dope because it's just like a blank picture of nothingness and like a person's face with it. Like
Okay.
there's nothing there. But he said, or they said, I'm new to this channel and I'm in love with the conversations, analysis, and funny moments in these live streams.
Hey.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
I
Truth.
appreciate it.
Appreciate that for real.
I'm glad.
you.
Welcome to the crew.
Truth.
Marv, please open those phone lines. For everybody, remember, don't forget to like the video if you can, please. And also, call up. I want to hear from you guys. Also, we have memberships now. So if you want to be a member and get your loyalty badges and your emojis that you can use in chat, do that too. There's 3 plans you can pick from.
Yo, Larry, Naron in the chat, he said, what's up? He says, Kaido's a drunk. Luffy needs to fight him sober. And then Nia says hi.
Oh,
So,
Nia?
his daughter.
Oh, hello. I be forgetting his daughter's name.
Terrible. But,
Wow.
yeah, man.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
So happy Luffy lost.
Yeah,
I'm so happy.
I'm so
Yeah.
happy Luffy
This
lost.
is the best chapter in a while. We haven't done ratings. It's 10 out of 10 for me.
Yeah,
real.
it's a good
Yeah.
chapter. I think being animated,
It's going crazy.
it would be fire.
Yo,
Dude, he has Future's fight in the back pocket the whole time.
Yo,
Yo.
I've been
He
said this.
"Yo, I got it."
I've been said that he
LOL.
wasn't taking it seriously.
Yo. said LOLs, bro.
It wasn't. But to me, I felt like having the CP0 show up in a way saved Luffy's from will breaking. Because now it's just like, yo, I could have.
Nah, he knew, bro.
You think he knew 100%?
He was already doubting.
He was already doubting. Remember I talked about with Zoro? He was out here like, I don't know if I can win. He was like, if you look at Luffy's expression from the last 2 chapters, but more so in this chapter, from page like, what is it? From page like, I want to say like 8 or so.
Yeah.
After Kaido starts kissing, it's like, bruh.
Hey, Truth, thank you for becoming a member.
Hey.
He's like, yo, you can see it in his face. Like, yo, this is crazy. This is impossible.
I heard that earlier. Someone else became a member while we were talking earlier.
Oh, it was Onion.
Hey.
Onion.
Onion, thank you for becoming a member too. I didn't forget, bro. Thank you. Yeah, enjoy your loyalty badges.
Oh, it's Truth from Full Metal Alchemist. That's the truth that it is. That's what I didn't realize that.
Fullmetal Alchemist was that show.
Yeah.
It's a long time ago, bro.
It was a good
That's a
show.
long time ago.
I'm surprised nobody called yet. What's
calls?
going on?
No calls today?
No calls?
Yo, did y'all
Okay.
did y'all hear the theory that Kaido Future saw this whole event and next chapter he's gonna prevent it from happening?
Wait. What?
Yeah.
This was all just
No.
his
He
future?
just Future saw this.
They've never done that in One Piece.
I don't see that.
They
I
They've
will,
never done that
they
in One
will
Piece.
never do that. They will never do that.
I don't see it.
Oda would
No.
never let that happen.
Yeah.
Listen.
Why would you be this creative and waste all of it to do it all over again?
Oh man.
That would be terrible.
And One
I
Piece
was
has
like,
never
what?
done that, but that was.
No, the only time I remember somebody doing that is like the Twilight movie. The last movie they did that, where there was like a giant
never
battle
seen
and like
Twilight.
all the people died. And then all of a sudden
I
they were
heard
like,
about that.
yo, that's not gonna happen.
Dang it. It's kind of off topic, but it's about what we were talking about last time, since no one's calling. I want to bring up something.
My feelings hurt.
Oh, Onion likes the emotes. I picked the emotes myself. They're pretty good.
Yeah, they are pretty dope.
Yeah. Yeah, what were you saying, Lawrence?
It had to do with, like, you know how last chapter in the episode we were talking about Wano. Oh, word.
Oh, we got
Mad rude.
Oh, word.
Hey, what's going on? This is that One Piece. Oh, they hung up.
No, I'm just joking. Call again. I was joking. Go ahead.
Damn, they hung
What
up
were you saying?
immediately.
No, I was gonna bring up when Momo talking about Wano being open, right? Wano going into why he is. It made me think of like Wano's history. You look at Wano's history; it was actually open before. I didn't realize this, but they mentioned it.
that they had to close it.
Ryuma's era, right? Ryuma was open when Wano was open. They said because of the City of Gold, nonstop, consistently for year after year, day after day. Ryuma was fighting nonstop pirates, nobles, everyone who wanted the City of Gold to control it, rule it, and take whatever from it. And Ryuma, so gave credit to Ryuma, stood by himself fighting them all
Yeah,
to
remember-
protect Wano.
So we going Ryuma over Mihawk?
Yeah, when I read this, but like I was like, but it's like him by himself was just wild. But that's the history of Wano.
Hey, what's going on? This is that One Piece talk. Who are you and how are you?
Hey, it's Aaron Tate, guys. What's going on?
Hey, the boy, as always. What's up, Aaron?
Appreciate you, man. Had dry lines today.
Oh, no. Right. I was trying to give people a chance to call, but nobody was calling up. So I figured I might as well help you guys out.
What's up, man?
My question today is, do you think Kaido is, at this point, do you think he's the strongest ever in the verse? Or do you think the people of old, like the Rogers, the Prime Whitebeard, Rocks, do you think he's still behind them in strength?
I think he's behind him in strength. I think Roger would body Kaido. And I think that Whitebeard, Prime, Rocks for sure. And I think it'd be a little harder with Garp because Garp doesn't have a devil fruit in order to compensate for like long distances and stuff like that. But I think that if they were to shoot the fade and like, I'd probably give it to Garp. So I think those 4 stand above him for sure.
Now, we talking extreme diff, mid diff? What you thinking?
I think if it's the, I don't know, man. I think for sure it'd be I think it'd be high diff.
I think you got to give extreme diff, bro.
No. I think
Kaido
it's
out
high.
here.
Well, those essentially those 4 people that I named happen to be like the all time. You know, like that's the ceiling.
Kaido all time too. This
I-
is like LeBron.
I
You
mean,
know what I'm saying?
but
Like-
it's like if LeBron was in the '90s, it's a different story because now it's a little different. But I that's how I feel. I don't know how you guys feel.
I agree. I do think it would be extreme death. Maybe for like Roger, because I got him top 1.
Yeah.
It might not be extreme death, but even then, like with what his arsenal is, how long he can fight, how specifically his durability is the thing. The fact that he's able to take damage from Conqueror's coding from Luffy, because Luffy's not hitting weak. You know what I'm saying? Like Luffy's not a weakling. You know, like he still has crazy power, and now he's adding to that power, and Kaido's still eating it. Like Kaido's gonna lose all these fights because again he's a history of defeats. So like he be taking outs, but like he's gonna push anybody to their max. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be game 7 every time. You know?
So you think everybody, well, the old people, they're extremely diffing Kaido,
Yeah.
like it's no less than extreme diff.
Only Roger to me would be high diff, and I guess I'd say Whitebeard too because I think they're even. So
Rocks would definitely.
we don't know enough about rocks.
What about you,
Go ahead,
Lo?
Lo.
I was just gonna say, honestly, not that he could determine how the fight goes, like he could dictate the fight, but ultimately, if Kaido's fighting, even though he's showing this great showing against Luffy, like monsters, but if he fights his way against, and I think that's how he fights against Gold Roger, Whitebeard.
Yeah, like
you're taking too much damage.
Too
you
much.
You cannot take this much
we're
damage
already
from.
questioning
But
if
now we-
Akainu fights him and Akainu is able to land these magma punches. Like, he's gonna start having to dodge.
Exactly, because Kaido could he can move really fast, and we see him block some things. Unless they're gonna make Kaido block. But if he's so used to this, because I'm a Zohan, I'm an Oni, and I'm this crazy tank powerhouse that I'm used to taking attacks. If you're not used to defending, you're not taking multiple attacks from Gold Roger, from Whitebeard, and I'm guessing Rocks too, because like I don't know what Rocks doesn't have an ability or not. But either way, he's one of the top. You cannot take this much damage from them. Because like for example, what I believe with the whole fighting for 10 days with Kiji and Akainu, it wasn't like they were just landing. Day 3 I lost a leg and I'm still fighting, and then day 4, you burnt me. No, it was probably the last day of that fight going down is when they took the heavy damage.
Yeah.
But they were at a stalemate fighting even where they couldn't fully land clean shots on each other. That's why it lasted for that long. You're not lasting 10 days just getting hit after hit after hit.
You're right about that, but I'll say this: Kaido, once blows could really land on him, like even earlier, as soon as he took Red Rock and stuff, like he was like, all right, like he dodged Luffy's attack.
Yeah.
He was just in a group setting where he was getting jumped. Like he's now actively like, all right, I gotta dodge Luffy's attacks because he's hurting me a little bit.
Right.
Like he can do it. It's just a matter of him not needing to do it. He's not looking at Roger or Garp or Rayleigh or Rocks or Whitebeard in that light.
Yeah.
I even say Big Mom in that light. Where like, oh, I'm gonna just take these shots. You know what I mean? Like he's just not doing that. So
What about you,
yeah,
Aaron?
what did you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think until I think we pretty much seen Whitebeard at full strength in Marineford, and then knowing.
Oh
that he's,
no, Aaron, hold up, bro. I know you're speaking.
No. I'm not saying full strength as in prime. I'm saying what he's capable of, and then comparing that to him being in his prime from what we saw between him and Roger. I think we've seen enough from him to know that Kaido's not. You can't stack up with Whitebeard. Knowing that Whitebeard and Roger were rivals, I think you have to kind of give that respect to Roger and say, he couldn't beat Roger either, even though we haven't seen enough of what Roger is fully capable of. It's tough though, because Kaido's a monster. Considering that Kaido is a monster, and to even think about what those guys were back then, I think it's going to be a while before the people of now actually catch up to the strength of the old heads, like the Roger Gart, Whitebeard, Rocks, of those guys. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I
just
do.
think of how crazy strong those guys were. Like the one thing I wish for is for Oda to give us a movie of like them back then, just their journey, the battles and
Yes.
stuff like that, just to kind of give us a sense of like how crazy strong those guys were. So.
Word.
Yes, we need that.
Yeah, I would
we
love
want
that.
that.
I bet
Yeah.
Shiki not that prevalent in that movie.
Oh, shut up, bro. You're so whack. You know who's not prevalent? Marco.
Oh, he's not from that era.
Yo, cool.
He was
I like how they-
15.
He's old enough though.
I know it's the anime, but that finger, that really
He
just
was
like
15 years old.
Anyway,
Whatever.
Aaron, thank you for your call, bro. As always, you're so appreciated.
Appreciate you, man. For
Hey
real.
man, appreciate you guys. Have a great night.
Yeah,
Hey,
you
you
too,
too.
man. Hey, Hazy, welcome to the crew. Thank you for being a member. Appreciate it. Oh man,
Nakuma.
that was a great question.
Yeah.
It was.
What do
yeah.
What do we place him? What 4? If like
5. I
5?
play some 5 right now.
I mean, Emu
Wait,
might
wait.
mess around and change
Stop
that
saying
list.
emu,
Joy
man.
Boy,
He doesn't
you
have
know.
anything. Like literally nothing. He was in the show for like 4 seconds.
Oh, yeah, Lana actually brought up an interesting thing.
Listen, fam.
You know-
Like he literally could have been handed power, bro.
He could have took the power. You
Yo,
don't know.
Literally.
You
Coulda-
don't know.
He could have. They could have had a castle, and then he'd just been, oh, here, bro.
Listen, he the
you're,
king.
You're the next person in
He-
line.
He the king.
You're the next person in
or
line.
she,
No,
the king
no,
of the
no,
largest
no,
empire
no,
in the series.
No, I'm tired of this, man. I'm tired of this. This emu talk it just gotta
Marv,
stop,
do we have
bro.
any other calls?
Nah, it just
we
gotta
had
stop,
We had
bro.
a question from Empirical Purity.
What do you say?
He said, or she said, if there's no calls, why do you guys think Shanks didn't kill Blackbeard during the time after the Whitebeard pirates and forming the Blackbeard pirates?
The only thing I can say is I brought it up before about the Joy Boys intersecting with each other, and I'm led to believe that Shanks himself is all about the balance of the world, power-wise. Neither side could have too much. If they do, then it offsets, and then he starts to act. And for this instance, I think that he probably knows what the One Piece is, and he took it for what it was and got a different understanding than Roger and Odin and everybody on the, Roger Pirates. So he probably knows that it could have been Ace as Joy Boy. It probably could have been Blackbeard. It could be Luffy. He betted on Luffy as this next Joy Boy, candidate. So in my opinion, it's probably because Luffy needs to beat out the other Joy Boys in order to become the Joy Boy. Because essentially, there can't be multiple candidates still standing. When you win a position, you have to take everybody else out, like an interview. So maybe that's just the path that was needed in order to become Luffy becoming Joy Boy, is that he needs to get rid of Blackbeard himself. Like Shanks can't do it because then he interferes and then Ace lives. And now Ace has to probably take out Luffy or vice versa. The way it's playing out is the way he needs it to play out because that's the balance of the world. And why everybody thinks he's a snitch when he's probably not.
What you think?
When Shanks he wasn't there when they found.
When they came
Rector?
back. When they came back, Roger probably told him about it because he didn't go.
Okay.
But he ended up crying, and he knew that Roger was dying before he came back and started crying.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
the only answer is Roger probably told him what he saw.
Okay.
And he didn't laugh. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he didn't laugh like the rest of the crew. He ended up crying over it.
Yeah.
And if I'm to assume what else would Roger have told him? I'm disbanding the crew? Like, he still went onto the ship, and they disbanded. So that doesn't make sense. Because that's what Shanks ended up doing.
To answer the question, it's just that's mad work to try to hunt a dude down and try to I'm not going out of my way to do all that if I'm Shanks.
I think he prioritized like the Whitebeard and Ace's death, bodies, and funeral, like that whole arrangement. Going after them is like I guess he just let him be his own pirate, like
Yeah.
like
And again, what if One Piece, you just replace the I, move the E over to the left, and add an A? One Piece. It's peace throughout, everywhere. Just one piece.
That's my theory from high school.
It's like legit, like that's what Shanks is probably, like that's his understanding of the world. Like whatever that story is that they were whatever that tale was that they were laughing, that he took that and said, that's not funny. Like that means something to me and that's destructive. And it's like, he might even see Luffy as a threat. If we're being realistic, right? Like if Luffy upsets the balance of the world, he probably goes after Luffy, and that's why they fight.
Maybe.
We don't know. But it is time to end the show. I just want to say thank you to everybody for making last episode the greatest episode that we've had so far. The likes that you guys had on the video shot the video up to that amount of views. So if you can, like the video. If you don't want to become a member, that's fine. That's cool. Don't have to be. But you will have these specialty loyalty badges and emojis that you could use. And we're going to start making things way better because I have so many ideas always running through my head. And I'm always working on the show and always doing more things and more things and more things. So I have an announcement next episode. I can't wait to share it with you all. And thank you for riding with us. We hope to keep making you guys feel at home here.
Become our Nakama.
Our Nakama. But anyway, guys, have a great night. Talk to you later, and we'll see you next time. Shana!